They say some places should stay forgotten, but beneath every town, every forest, every empty hallway, there's something waiting. Stories buried in darkness, voices hidden beneath the noise. And tonight, you're going to hear them. Welcome to Static Beneath.
The Last Caller. The call came in at 2:13 a.m. Dispatcher Sarah Mitchell had been working nights for nearly a decade. Most overnight calls followed familiar patterns. Car accidents, noise complaints, occasional emergencies, nothing she hadn't heard before. When the call connected, she expected another routine situation. Instead, she heard a child crying quietly. 911, what's your emergency? Several seconds passed. Then a little girl's voice answered, please help me. Sarah immediately opened a new incident report. Okay, sweetheart, tell me your name. I don't remember. Sarah frowned. The voice sounded young, maybe 7 or 8 years old. Children in distress often struggle to answer questions, so she continued. Can you tell me where you are? In a basement? Do you know your address? No. Sarah began running an automatic location lookup. A result appeared. The call originated from a landline. That was unusual. Almost nobody used landlines anymore. Then Sarah noticed something stranger. The registered address belonged to a property outside the town of Ashwood, a farmhouse. According to county records, nobody had lived there for nearly 20 years. Sarah assumed the records were outdated. It happened all the time. She dispatched 2 deputies to investigate. Meanwhile, she kept talking. What do you see down there? The girl sniffled. Dirt. What else? Wood. Sarah typed notes into the report. Anything else? A long pause. People. Sarah stopped typing. What people? The people in the walls. The answer sent a chill through her. Still, she remained professional. Children often imagine things. Can you describe them? They scratch. Sarah listened carefully. At first she heard nothing. Then it came. A faint sound through the phone. Scratch, 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 like fingernails dragging across old wood. The noise continued for several seconds. The girl's breathing became faster. They know I'm talking. The scratching grew louder. Sarah checked the deputy's GPS positions. They were minutes away. Stay on the line with me. I'm scared, I know. The child suddenly whispered, they're coming. The line filled with static, then cleared. The deputies arrived at the farmhouse. Their body cameras transmitted live footage. The structure looked abandoned. Broken windows, collapsed porch, no lights, no vehicles. No signs of anyone living there. Yet the phone call remained active. The deputies entered. Dust coated everything. Furniture lay overturned. The house appeared untouched for years. Then one deputy found something. A phone. An old rotary landline sitting on a table. The handset was off the hook. Sarah stared at the screen. The active emergency call was coming from that phone. Neither deputy touched it. The line remained connected. The little girl continued breathing on the other end. Sarah felt her stomach tighten. Can you hear me? She asked. Yes. How long have you been down there? The child answered immediately. A long time. The deputies located the basement door. A heavy padlock secured it from the outside. That made no sense. If someone had been trapped inside, who locked the door? The deputies cut the lock. As the door opened, the scratching stopped instantly. The basement was silent. One deputy switched on his flashlight. The beam swept across dirt floors and stone walls. No child. No furniture. Nothing. Then the flashlight settled on something in the corner. A small pink shoe covered in dust. Beside it sat a rusted tricycle. Sarah's chest tightened. The little girl spoke again. They found me. One deputy approached the shoe. The other examined the walls. His flashlight revealed names carved into the wood. Missing persons, hundreds of them spanning decades, children, adults, entire families. Then he found the newest carving. Fresh splinters still surrounded the letters. The deputy read it aloud. Sarah Mitchell. The girl stopped crying. The phone line became silent. Then a new voice emerged. Not a child. Something deeper. Something wrong. You answered. The connection disconnected. Both deputies rushed upstairs. By sunrise, investigators searched the property. The shoe was gone. The tricycle was gone. The carved names were gone. Even the basement walls appeared untouched. Only one thing remained. The old rotary phone. Forensic analysis discovered it had never been connected to any phone service. Not in 23 years. Yet dispatch records confirmed a 47-minute emergency call had originated from that exact line. No explanation was ever found. The farmhouse was demolished the following month.
And that's where tonight's story ends. Or at least, that's where the recording stops. If you enjoyed tonight's descent into the darkness, don't forget to subscribe and join us again. Because there are always more stories waiting beneath the surface. More whispers in the dark, more voices hidden in the silence. And if you hear something strange tonight, if you hear a whistle, a knock, or a voice calling your name, make sure it came from inside your house. Until next time, keep your doors locked, keep your lights low, and remember,
the static is always listening.